Hello friends. Today, I'd like to talk about a deeply personal and historic moment that occurred within the British royal family during a time of great transition. As we all know, Queen Elizabeth II passed away peacefully at the age of 96, marking the end of an extraordinary 70-year reign. While the world mourned her passing, there was also a profound change within the family itself as her eldest son, Charles, became King Charles III. Now, this moment was one that Charles had prepared for his entire life. He had served as the Prince of Wales for decades, learning from his mother and preparing for the day he would step into the role of monarch. But despite all that preparation, nothing could have prepared him for the emotional weight of losing his mother. In those immediate hours following Queen Elizabeth's passing, Charles faced the difficult task of balancing two roles, grieving son and new king. He had just lost his mother, and at the same time, he was stepping into the role of leading a nation. It was an overwhelming mix of emotions and responsibilities. There's a story, shared by royal expert Robert Hardman in his book Charles III, New King, New Court, that really highlights the emotional depth of that moment. Charles had known that his mother's health was failing, but he believed she still had a few days to live. With that in mind, he advised his sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, to travel to Balmoral to say their final goodbyes to their grandmother. Sadly, her condition worsened more quickly than expected, and Charles found himself having to make those heartbreaking phone calls to inform his sons that the Queen had passed. One small detail from that day really struck me. When Charles called Prince William, he did so through the palace switchboard. But in that moment, he realized that he couldn't yet tell the operator that he was now the king. Instead, all he could say was, "It's me." It was such a simple statement, but it captured the complexity of that moment. Charles was now king, but still very much a grieving son. He also tried to reach out to Prince Harry, but Harry was flying at the time and couldn't be reached. In fact, Harry later shared in his memoir Spare that he found out about the Queen's passing through a flood of notifications on his phone as his plane landed. He said he realized then, in that moment, Granny was gone. Pa was king. This entire situation shows just how deeply human these moments are, even for those who live in the public eye. Yes, it was a historic moment for the nation, with the transition of power from one monarch to another, but it was also a deeply personal and painful moment for a family who had just lost their matriarch. As we reflect on this, we're reminded that even those in the highest positions of power experience the same emotions and struggles as any of us. Behind the crowns and the titles are people who grieve, who make difficult phone calls, and who try to bring their family together in times of loss. In the months that followed, King Charles has had to carry the weight of both his new responsibilities and his personal grief. And in doing so, he continues to honor the legacy of his mother while guiding the monarchy into a new chapter. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.